Putin is wealthier than the world's wealthiest billionaires. Some accounts say his net worth stands at $200 billion. Others say he's a trillionaire and enjoys a lavish lifestyle in Russia. So let's take a look inside Vladimir Putin's $1 trillion lifestyle. We've all seen the video of him walking up to the Kremlin. An array of bodyguards escort him to the front doors. He greets one of the generals and then proceeds down the red carpet. We don't know if this video was made to amaze or intimidate, but it seems to us that intimidation is one of the primary ways Putin keeps his cronies in check. We'll talk about how Putin became vastly wealthy in a while, but for now, let's look at some of the things Russia's supreme leader owns. It's a matter of public record that Putin's salary equals $140,000, and he owns one 800-square-foot apartment. He also stated that he uses another 2,000-square-foot apartments, and he owns a total of 3 cars. To house them, Putin has a 2,000-square-foot garage. This might seem simple and frugal, but this is what he wants the public to believe. In reality, Putin is believed to be much wealthier. For example, how do you explain a man of such frugal means wearing a Patek Philippe perpetual wristwatch worth an astounding $60,000 on his wrist? Something seems a bit off, but we're just getting started. He's also believed to own this Germany luxury watch with an estimated value of around $500,000. The country's CPI, or Corruption Perception Index, is set at 29 out of 100. Denmark, Finland, and New Zealand have one of the highest CPI scores, set at 88 out of 100. So the theory that Putin made his money through his oligarch friends is not groundless. We'll also point out that in the Russian Duma, the Federal Assembly of Russia, out of the 450 seats, Putin's party holds 325 votes. That's more than 2/3 of the voting power of the country. So now, do you understand why we said Putin is richer than he likes us to believe? The deals he gives to his oligarch billionaire friends are done for a reason. Putin gets half, or the oligarch gets thrown in jail. Exploiting all of the natural resources of the land, the Russian leader likes to hand over mines and oil fields for a 50-50 cut of the profits. And this is what he's managed to buy himself with the profits. This is the mansion Putin owns right on the coast of the Black Sea. It has been bought with taxpayer money, and people are not allowed to visit. Alexei Navalny, one of the most popular critics of the Kremlin, says smash that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, he said that this is one of the best guarded facilities in the Russian Federation. According to Navalny, this is not your ordinary billionaire mansion. It is more akin to a city than a residence. The entire compound is guarded by giant fences, and it covers an area of 17,691 square meters. The mansion also has its very own harbor, where ships can dock when visiting Putin. There is a checkpoint where all vehicles must enter before going to the mansion. The mansion is considered a no-fly zone, and inside, it's believed to have its very own church. So, in short, this is a state within the Russian Federation. A team of researchers together with Navalny managed to get the first aerial footage of the mansion, and this is what it boasts. There is a helipad right behind the mansion, and there is a green mound that doesn't look natural. The cylindrical mound is believed to house an ice skating rink underground. In the middle of the woods, there is an amphitheater, in case Putin wants to entertain guests with a play or an opera. On the shore, beneath the mansion, there is a secret tunnel through which Putin gets access to the beach. Oh, and we don't need to tell you the palace has its private beach, right? Of course not. To give you a rough estimate of just how big the area of the property is, if we compare it to the nearest city, we will realize that it's 3.5 times its size. But when does Putin go there? Well, it appears that he is far too busy at the moment to visit his palace. He's preoccupied with the war in Ukraine. Pardon, we meant to say the military operation in Ukraine. So what is a day in the life of Putin like? Well, first of all, we should tell you that Putin likes to sleep in. He wakes up late and has breakfast at noon. The information is straight out of Ben Judah's book, Fragile Empire. The Newsweek author also stated that Putin likes to begin his day with an omelet and some porridge. along with quail eggs and fruit juice. All of the food comes from the farmland estates of the religious leader of Russia, Patriarch Kirill. After breakfast, he drinks his coffee, and at this time, it's time to hit the gym. The exercise regimen of Russia's leader includes: Putin does about 2 hours of swimming. This is the time he reflects on the major issues facing Russia. He gets some alone time to think, all while working out. Once the 2 hours are gone, he'll hit the gym and lift weights. This is probably why, despite being 70, he is still in tip-top shape. If we go back to the gym session with Dmitry Medvedev in 2015, we could catch a glimpse of his workout routine. However, Esquire magazine was interested in his gym attire. Apparently, Putin was wearing an outfit that cost an astounding $3,200. Throughout the years, Putin has promoted smashing that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. But no, seriously now, he has been promoting this image of an in-control leader who is physically active and athletic. Maybe it comes from his youth when he was a KGB special agent and was expected to bring his A game to work every day. Now, after he leaves the gym, Putin will put on one of his tailor-fitted suits. Speaking of which, the Russian president prefers bespoke suits made specifically for him and wears Valentino ties. And Russia Beyond states that the brands Putin chooses to take care of his presidential attire are Kiton and Brioni. But before he goes to work, he will sit at his desk in silence and read briefing notes. It's nice to point out that he doesn't get to the office until the early afternoon. Some websites even report that he goes to work around 5 p.m. During this time, he's catching up on all the new problems Russia is facing in foreign affairs and watches video segments from the Russians as well as international media. After he is done with the briefing, it's all work, work, work. Rarely does he like to kick back under the covers with a good book and read until he falls asleep. That thought alone made us feel uncomfortable. However, we should give credit where credit is due. Putin did read one novel back in 2006, according to Newsweek. Instead of books, he will watch a video of someone mocking him online. Usually, it's a video someone shows him. Don't think that Putin has an Instagram or a TikTok account that he scrolls through every day. In fact, we could say he detests technology. He's the type of guy that prefers wire telephones, a pen and paper, and some red folders, just like in the good old USSR. When it comes to his job, Putin is not afraid of hard work. He will stay until late at night and work well after all of his colleagues have gone home. In fact, he considers himself the sharpest working at night. If he is supposed to travel around the country, he will board the Orasin yacht, the Russian presidential limo. If he is traveling internationally, then Putin will board a highly modified Ilyushin Tu-96-300 PU. The plane is operated by Rossiya Airlines, and it looks very familiar to the inside of Air Force One. When abroad, he will not eat anything unless cleared by the Kremlin, nor will he eat any dairy products. He doesn't drink, but his favorite is pistachio ice cream. When he is not working in either the Nova Orogovo complex, or the Black Sea, or the Kremlin, he will play with his dogs, take English classes, play hockey with his bodyguards, or go to church on Sunday. Check out these videos next.